E3. I am Ed here with Sam as well as our special guest. Reggie Fils-Aimé is here.
Fils-Aimé is in the house.
A wild Fils-Aimé appeared.
Thanks for dropping by.
Fils-Aimé is here.
With eye lasers of death.
That's right. Now I'm blowing up all of the fans.
Yes, nice. Very cool. Thanks for stopping by again, Reggie.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Very cool. We're seeing a lot of games today. We still got more games coming. We're seeing a lot of exclusive content and some deep dives. We just came off of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I know a lot of people are kind of a surprise one. I think for a lot of people, you know, it's something that maybe they weren't totally into, but I think from some of the stuff they're seeing here today, they might be a little more interested than they had initially thought.
I agree with you. I'd been looking at some of the information overnight, and it seemed like there was a little bit of confusion. You know, is this a full game? Is it DLC? What is it? It's a full game. Yeah. It's a big game. It's deep. It's robust. There's a lot going on. There's a lot for fans to get into. So I love seeing the little walkthrough that people were doing. So I know I'm looking forward to playing that game.
It's cool. I think it's an interesting take on the puzzle genre, and still like harkening back to that 3D world look that everybody. I mean, you just love it. You just love it. It's so nice to see. So today, you're here. It's day 2. You're walking around. You're checking out. Now, you've seen initial reactions. You've seen people say, wow, that's awesome. You know, the digital event almost seems like ancient history, you know, when things
really
are happening
does,
so
exactly.
fast. I mean, what's the sort of sense out there now? What are people saying? What are people thinking that might be a little new, different for day 2?
Sure. Well, first off, for me, it's really been walking through our booth. I haven't had time to go over to some of the other booths. Fils-Aimé will be over there tomorrow as I walk around. Well, what I love is I walk through our booth. First, I love seeing the energy on 3DS Smash Brothers. You know, as I talk to the players as they finish up, they talk about how deep it is, all of the customization, and they really don't even have the time to get into all of the customization before they jump into the game. But they're already saying, wow, look at everything I can do. This looks really cool. Yeah. And the Smash Run and how that makes things unique and different. Yeah. People are responding really well to that. So that feels really good. Nice. It also seems like people are using it as a way to get warmed up to play Smash on the big screen. Which is really fun to see.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing Nate was talking about earlier, which I thought was really cool.
And I think that's what's going to happen actually in the marketplace.
Right.
I do think we're going to get a lot of people buying into Smash 3DS. They're going to use it as a way to get ready for the Smash Brothers Wii U version. Right. And I think once they buy it, they're going to find out just how compelling it is. Yeah. And it may take them a while to pick up the Wii U version. We'll see.
And also, I think what's fun for people to find out is that the controls feel really good on the 3DS. I know a lot of folks, you know, you're used to playing Smash. You're used to having a controller in your hands. But the 3DS feels really good when you're playing it, and you can have all the same flexibility, the same combos, the same moves. It's really a true experience.
I completely
to jump
agree.
in as a Smash player.
I completely agree. The other thing that the Smash players are really realizing is the fact that you're going to be able to take your character, your powered-up character, into the Wii U version.
Right, that's going to be huge.
Which, you know, for the player, for the Smash community, that's going to be fantastic, right? To play up a character, to really understand what you want to do, have that customization set, and then bring it right into to the big screen.
Yes, I want all those figures that we have on display there. There's a way I can sneak them off the show floor.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, they got shipped back to the office. I don't know what happened to them.
There's something the connectivity between the two systems, I think, is something that, I mean, it's really seems like it's been the works for a long time. It's something that is coming across every year, every month. Even we're actually, you know, in the Treehouse we see like almost a new thought, a new innovation, like every month or so, and it's like, okay, well, let's see how this works. Let's see how that works. The whole notion behind the Smash Run, power up in there. Practice, like you were saying, on the 3DS, have that time to really hone your skills on this new iteration, and then be able to take that to another console when that comes out. I mean, I don't know if that's been done before.
Well, I think what you're seeing is the depth of Mr. Sakurai.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I mean, he is such a perfectionist. He's always looking to push the boundaries. I mean, the fact that he's getting 60 frames per second on the 3DS version is pretty phenomenal in terms of pushing the system. But all of those other nuances, the customization, bring your character, all those different elements really are all coming from the brain of Mr. Sakurai. And it just shows just how incredibly deep his thinking is from a game design standpoint.
Yeah, it
Right.
was really
I
cool
mean-
to have him there at the Invitational last night, so he had a chance to see. And he was backstage watching everybody play, too, and it was like, just going to see what these folks are going to do with the characters, how much fun they're going to have with them. But it was really nice that he had a chance to see that sort of on the front lines footage.
He was so appreciative of the fan community.
Totally.
I saw him as he was leaving the building, and we had an opportunity to chat for a couple minutes, and he's so appreciative of the energy and the passion. You know, all of the fans that came dressed up as their favorite characters. He was really impressed. He was really, really happy with what he saw, which was, for us, right, we work so hard on these events. For us to be able to do that and to let him see how much his work is appreciated is really fun.
And especially how
Yeah.
much the past work has meant to people as well. Because you like Smash, you have a relationship built up with this game and with these characters, and it's nice to see that so many people have spent years working with this game with all these other different iterations, and now they have a brand new one, and it's portable as well now, which is great for me because I spend a lot of time playing while I'm just on the road somewhere, I'm in and out, or I have a few minutes like between meetings or something, and it's like, okay, I can sneak a bit in, I can get a little bit of practice in before I have to jump back out.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was great to see Mr. Sakurai last night. I mean, he was glowing. He was really glowing on that stage. And, another great legendary dev we got to talk to yesterday was Mr. Ayanuma came by. And, he spoke of Hyrule Warriors. And,
Right.
he was really excited about this, the sort of meshing of the Zelda franchise with the Dynasty Warriors. And, bringing two things together is one thing. But to see it really create its own unique thing, have its own identity in and of itself, I mean, it's really fun to see.
One of the things that's really fun for me is in the moments in between interviews that I have in our own little area, I get the chance to jump in on different games. And Hyrule Warriors is one of those that I had played a little bit, but I really hadn't spent a lot of dedicated time on. So today I made it my mission to spend a lot of quality time on that game and to see how it plays, to have fun with it, play as some of the other characters that we have up in our press area. And I'll tell you, for me, that's a great game. Yeah. That's a game that I'm looking forward to, that I'll be playing right when it launches.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to hear, just chatting with folks who've been on the show floor more over the course of today and yesterday, Link and Zelda are getting pretty even play. It's awesome that people are so into both of those characters. That's not like, one of those characters isn't as fun. There's definitely folks and then coming back to play the other character and seeing how different the experience is because they have different moves, they have different weapons, and the game really plays differently as you come in that way.
I think it strikes a chord. I think for so many of the passionate Zelda players, right, for the whole series, the opportunity to play as Zelda, I think is something that people have wanted to do, right, for a long time, and now to have access to doing that, I think it's feeding a need by so many in the Zelda community that is really cool to see.
Yeah, we had Pranger was on earlier yesterday, and he was showing off the mid and the levels, and you could we had some people around here watching us, and you could almost sense the that's something that I don't think people ever thought was going to be possible in any form, and so to be able to have that, not only Zelda, to have these other characters, characters we're not even talking about yet, characters we don't even know about yet, coming from the mind of Tecmo Koei's developers and Mr. Ayanuma, I think is, I'm amped for it.
It's fantastic. So I got to share a disappointment.
What do you got?
I got a disappointment with what we're doing here at Treehouse Live. We're not giving enough love to Tomodachi Life.
No,
I got mine over on my 3DS.
Here is a game that just launched that, for everyone else, any other company, they'd be touting it as, boy, this is our great new content.
Right.
And for us, it's like, yeah, it's a great game. We launched it 3 days ago, and we're moving on. So I'll tell you, I got my 3DS as I walk around. I'm collecting Miis.
Right.
Anything I see that's interesting, I'm putting into an apartment. Right, I'm going to be playing with that.
Yeah.
So that's a game I know that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with over the next number of days and months.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
really looking forward to
it.
it.
A lot of us before we came down, we grabbed Tomodachi Life and got it set up on our system. So there's quite a few Treehousers walking around our booth as well who have their Tomodachi Life situation all set up. Their apartments are ready to go. So this is a great opportunity to just collect a lot of new folks.
It really is. That's what I'm doing. So anyone who has any interesting Miis, I'll be tracking you down.
Yeah, I was super, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to pick up a copy before we came down here, and I ended up having someone pick one up for me, and they handed it to me at 5:45 before while we were heading to the airport. And I was like, thank you so much.
That's great.
Reggie, thank you so much again for stopping
Absolutely.
by.
Thanks for having me on.
This is great. We got coming up next, we have today's